Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the It's Pizza Time podcast. I am your host, Indigo. Today I'm joined by my co host, Victor,
It's good, guys.
my co host, John, and our very special guest, Earl the Kid.
How's it going, guys?
All right. So for the people out there who don't know who you are, would you like to explain who you are, what it is you do, just kind of get all of that out of the way, all the formalities.
Well, I don't actually like to reply those kind of questions like in a really serious way. So I can actually describe myself as a professional donut eater and a mosh pit creator.
Hell yeah.
Everybody that just said like, "Oh, I'm a DJ and producer," is just lame as fuck. Just don't take yourself too seriously. So I love to eat donuts, and in my spare time, sometimes people they creating mosh pit and all of that.
I like that energy.
That's definitely a great way to put it. I don't think I've ever heard that kind of way before. So,
What kind of donuts, though?
Yeah, that's a good question. Victor's asking all the important stuff.
Like, what kind of donuts? Like, what is your favorite donut?
You mean like branding wise or like the flavor?
The flavor.
Oh, let me put it in this way. Guess. You have 3 strikes to guess it.
Okay.
It's too easy, like just for me to reply straight away.
Are you? Oh man, I feel like it's gonna be something super obscure now. All right. I'm just gonna go with like glazed. That's always a fair guess.
Yeah, you're quite close.
Okay.
That's like 50% of all of them out.
Glazed with like a filling, like a fruit filling.
You're like jelly donut.
Jelly.
Damn.
Well,
okay.
I love all donuts. Okay.
But this is the favorite one.
Strawberry glazed with the sprinkles.
Ooh.
The classic.
Like the pink frosted. Oh man, I was gonna guess
Got
that.
it.
I was like,
so easy.
Now I want donuts.
That's a good one. Yeah, definitely. We'll have to hit up a donut shop after quarantine's over.
Oh, yeah.
All right. On like while we're still on the topic of food, I have to ask you the question that we always have to ask every guest on this show is what's your favorite kind of pizza? Because it's like
no, it makes sense. I mean, your podcast is called like
yeah. It's the whole premise. It's like if we didn't, it'd be kind of weird. It's all that.
Fair enough. I mean, I think like ham and mushrooms, or I mean, if you can put donuts on a pizza, like I mean, that'd be even better. But like in most of the restaurants, like I'm gonna be probably kicked out if I'm asking like to put like donuts on the pizza. So I'm just going for like ham and mushrooms.
Okay.
I mean, that's a pretty decent combo. So yeah, like I mean, that's definitely a win. Okay. Now,
what about yours, guys? I mean, it's not just about me. Like, what about your
Have we talked about this on the show yet?
I don't think so.
I don't think we've actually been.
About it then.
Okay.
Yeah. For me, there's this one pizza place that I used to actually work at in my hometown that it basically there was this one, it was called like the rigatoni, and it was the crust, and then it was ricotta cheese, and then it was rigatoni, like cooked rigatoni pasta on top of it, and then it was like tomato sauce drizzled on all over the top. Might have been like it's like the weirdest looking thing, but it tastes really good. So I'm like, I kind of gotta go with that one.
Yeah. And I'm bipolar as fuck in terms of just like the types of pizza that I like. Like one day I'll like barbecue pizza, like one that from the place that Marco used to work at is so good. And then sometimes it's just like plain cheese and like margarita pizza. That's it.
And margarita is always a classic. You can't really go wrong with it. So yeah, John, what about you?
I eat like a lot of pizza wise, so I just go with like plain cheese as well. Maybe with like pineapple or something. Screw you pineapple haters.
John's a pineapple guy.
I mean, I can't say that it's bad. I mean, I do enjoy all pizza, so I'll definitely eat it. But in terms of just like, I don't know. I myself would not be putting the pineapples on there. Okay.
Nah, dude, it's the best.
Nobody's perfect. I mean, but
Yeah, yeah. All right. Okay. I'd say let's start with I guess a pretty good like starter question. Um, what would you say like your genre of your genre of music is? Would you call it like dub? Would you call it trap? What do you do? What exactly? Like what niche?
I mean, it kind of depends. Like, some of them they define that as hybrid trap because it's actually a mixture between like trap music and dubstep. Because even though my productions, like I use a lot of 808 and some of the like drum kits that from trap music, but again, with with all the synthesizers like Serum and all this stuff, it's just more like in the dubstep kind of like vibe. So
Yeah.
it's not that clear to define that because
Yeah.
like
Okay.
that'd be just so easy like to tell all of you guys, oh, I'm just like a dubstep artist. Like,
Right.
it's not like.
And,
But
and go ahead.
when I'm talking to other people like that, they're not even willing like to understand the difference between them two. I'm just telling them, yeah, I'm a dubstep artist. Fine.
Got it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like if you're not talking to someone who actually like is into the genre, it's kind of difficult to explain what it is you do. Especially
Yeah.
like everybody thinks like a lot of people think like all electronic music is dubstep because that's all they know. But it's like it if anything, dubstep is like, the smaller part. Not really smaller, but it's like just the heavier portion. There's so much more.
Yeah.
Mhm. And I've had people tell me like, oh, I hate electronic music, but I'm just like, everything on the radio in general is all electronic music anyway. So what?
Yeah, I mean like I hear people that are like, I hate electronic music and they'll listen to like Kygo and David Guetta and they're like, this isn't electronic. And I'm like, what are you talking about? That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
That like, dude, come on. Um, yeah, so that's definitely something. Um, okay, Victor, would you
Yes.
do you have anything to ask our guest here?
I think we
I
should
don't
go to
want to. I
John
want to.
first.
All right, John, you got anything to ask? I don't want to have to carry here.
Earl the Kid, that's her name.
Wait,
Sorry.
sorry.
The Kid?
Your mic is dying
Okay.
out.
Why is it only when we record?
Okay, in that case, so Earl, when you're starting to make a track, what do you normally start with? Like, do you do drums first, like melody, or does it just kind of come in and out?
It kind of depends on my mood, to be honest with you, because like
Mhm.
um usually like with a melody first, and then I just create the drums after the melody or like after the synth of the bass,
Right.
because I love so much like all of that sound design parts or like the drums that let's not lie to each other, like we all using like drum kits just for the drums, but
Of course.
like for the proper sound design. I mean, I'm also tweaking like all of my snares, all of my percussions, like with like reverb and all
Mhm.
the other like effects, but afterwards, but in the mixing phase. But like in the proper production phase, I'm starting with like melodies like arpeggios and stuff, and I just go from there. Because if I'm starting like from drums, I don't have like any inspiration, to be honest with you.
That's
So I
true.
just to just play around and see if some of the sounds I can merge together, or even though like with a side chain, I can just
Right.
choose like a different kick for the drop between the kick for the intro or the build up, just to give like more to give like more like a dynamic vibe to the track, because I've seen some people just using like the same drum kits for all over the track, and you kind of notice that the snare of the drop is the same as the intro, and I'm just like, no, the drop should be more should be stronger than the intro.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, I've actually never heard that, so that's really cool to hear.
There's always a first time.
Yeah, of course.
All right. I think John's mic is working now. I could hear that.
I just plugged it back in, and yeah, I guess that would.
Right, Johnny, don't be shy. Ask me.
I was gonna say, like, who would be like your inspirations? Like, who do you look up to in the EDM, or like any musician? Do you have like anybody that like you inspire from?
It's quite a difficult question, but I'm talking like sometimes with AT Aliens, Fel
Oh,
Max, and those that like kind of my mentors. Like sometimes I've been
yeah,
through lots of like mental illness, like especially last year, and these two artists, like they kind of like helped me out to, you know.
yeah. To like find your, I guess, style to help improve your
No,
production.
it's not just about like to find
It's
my
just,
style, because I already have my style. And I'm pretty straightforward, but it's just about like mentally, like to
just to
go
help you out.
through some stuff, especially
Yeah.
Yeah,
since I had like people like DM me and stuff, like I don't want to say like every day, but I do want to reply to all of them, but some of them they just put me like in a weird position. So some of them they ask me like a collab, but I don't know like that if we're gonna work together or not, and I don't want to break anybody's dreams, but at the same time they gotta figure it out that I might not be the best collab that they can do with me.
yeah. They just kind of like pop out, I guess. They just come out of
No,
nowhere.
I just don't reply to them. I'm just like
Yeah.
leaving the DM request, and I mean
Oh,
there's my email in my profile section, so
Yeah.
if anybody wants to collab, they can just like email me. Or I
yeah.
actually today I've actually filmed the me reacting to all of my Instagram DMs, because a couple of days ago I did a poll on my Instagram stories saying like, hey guys, like should I do like a video reaction, like reading my DM request, just avoiding the DMs from girls, because like most of them they're really explicit, and I don't want to, because it's something really private, and I don't want to flex that have girls like flashing stuff. I just want to, keep it like music wise, not just like this girl exchanging pictures. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of understandable. Too.
All right.
But even though like some of the DMs they're just some random guys just DM me like collab question mark.
Really? That's
I'm
it?
like, I'm just like, I mean,
Nowhere, huh?
if I want to collab with somebody, I'm coming up with an idea, and I'm just saying like, hey, I just put this like drop, or I have this drum line. Do you want to work on it together? There's a different approach.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, let's collab. I'm like,
There's
okay.
there's a completely different person behind just saying collab question mark. It's like,
Probably send that to 100 other artists as well too. That's kind of yeah.
Yeah, I'll just hit Skrillex up and be like, yeah,
Collab question mark.
Just
Rough.
it's definitely gonna work out if I do that, right? Totally.
No, I mean, I don't, because I'm always trying to put myself in that position of like me DMing like an artist that I like, and trying to figure out the good approach, that like a really professional approach, saying like, okay, I do really want to work with AT Aliens. I'm not just gonna text them on Instagram again, because we're doing like a a different conversation on Instagram. So I won't just out of the blue like, oh, hey guys, let's collab randomly.
Yeah.
I can just say to them like, I have their email saying like, okay, I mean, I can just drop them an email with like some stems saying like, guys, I have this stuff going on. Would you like to work on it, or do you have any feedback or recommendation? It's just different than just presuming that I'm just collabing with you just because you DM me. Like for me, in my head, doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Got it.
All right. On a separate note, there's one thing I do want to ask is like, where'd the name come from? Like, is your like the whole Earl the Kid thing? Like, I don't. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
go for it.
I have like, I'm not. I mean, I'm getting like the vibe from like I get like a Billy the Kid kind of thing from it, and I'm not sure if that's like has anything to do with it or not. But
Who's Billy the Kid?
okay, well that answers that question.
No. Honestly, I don't know who Billy the Kid is.
Billy the Kid was like an old like Western like outlaw, like a cowboy that a lot of people like
Just because of
associate
my
with.
hat. No, I mean,
Yeah, no, but it was like a person. So whenever anybody puts like the kid after their name, it's usually in that kind of remark. So I kind of want to know like where yours came from. Then, if anything, it has me more intrigued.
oh well, I did reply to that question like to all of the magazines that they trying to get to know me. But again, do you guys remember like the TV series called My Name Is Earl?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Right. So the main character of that TV series in the actual real life, he owns a skateboard company, and I started skating since I was like little.
Hmm.
And in that series, they talking about karma, and karma is something related to Buddhism. I'm a Buddhist since I was little, so if you're merging skateboarding and Buddhism together, that's Earl. Okay. And the kid, because I mean, under the mask, probably obviously you're not gonna see that, but I have a really baby face, even though like I'm not a baby anymore. And also, when we were kids, we were completely irrational, which means that our creativity is 100%. But once we're growing up, our mind is getting corrupted by society, being polite, or just having some rules. But like when we were kids, we are just like free to do anything. No filter between our brain and our mouth, so everything just spill out. But I'll give you the stupid example. Like, let's say that you have a 5-year-old kid has a glass in his hand, and he just smashed it on the floor. Everybody was just like, oh, it's so cute. But if you're like 25 and you have a glass in your hand and he's smashing on the floor, maybe you're gonna get arrested or you're gonna get punched by somebody.
Yeah.
That's that.
Yeah, is it like... Go ahead, Marco.
No, go for it.
I was gonna say, like, yeah, so it's more of a thing to, like, hold on to your creativity in a way and just, like, be yourself rather than having to, like, stick to society's rules, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Got it.
Society always try to, guide us towards what they want to. But at the same time, there's like lots of pressure because like if you're not producing like that genre that is really popular, means that you're not gonna have gigs, you're not gonna have shows. But at the same time, society tells us that like if you're not famous, if you don't have money, you're a loser. But again, why? Like I don't get it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Otherwise, I'm gonna start produce reggaeton. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be like, okay, fuck it, I'm just gonna produce for like fucking Sean Paul. Nothing against Sean Paul, like nothing against him, but
Future track with Sean Paul.
Yeah.
no, I don't wanna do it. No. I prefer to have a featuring with Christina Aguilera rather than Sean
Okay. All right.
Paul. And just because of the tits. Yeah, no, don't think about like music right now, just because of the tits.
Okay.
Okay. I'm sorry, I wasn't prepared for that.
Uh, nobody is.
All right. Yeah. Hold on. So I want to know, like, you're living in, like, are you where are you from? Because I know you're living in England, but I don't know where you're originally from. If that is where you're originally from, and I'm just like being a very, like, I don't know what the word is, but
Uncultured swine.
that's the
No.
that's not what I was thinking, but I'll use that.
Uh, can I not answer to that question?
Sure.
Because
Oh yeah, you
nobody
wanna
nobody knows where I'm from. Nobody knows like my nationality, my age, my real name, and so on. So I'm just completely unknown.
you
That's
completely
good.
unknown.
I mean,
Alright.
that's good to have because, like, of course, you have people like coming at you from like just Earl, but then do you ever take anything like personally? Like whenever people are in your DMs, like talking shit or whatever.
What did you say? Sorry.
So like, it's almost as if you're like using Earl as a mask to like really hide your true self in a
Yeah.
way. So yeah, and then I
Yeah,
would say
okay.
like my question would also be like, does it help in the sense of not taking hate the same way? Because like people, if like people were like hating on me or whatever, and they would use my name, it kind of would hurt more. But I guess since they're going at Earl and like the person that Earl is, right? If you understand,
No, I get the question. I'm just trying to find like a good answer for you.
right?
About the haters, like I just laugh at them because they kind of give me like more motivation rather than my supporters. I know it sounds really weird, but
Mm-hmm.
if somebody said to me, "Oh, your music sucks," I'm more motivated like to create more shitty music. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
no
for sure.
one then just say like, "Oh, your music is shit." So what? I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
it's one of those feedbacks that they don't make sense because, or if you're telling me, okay, your music is shit, but you can try, and you're explaining. But if you tell me, okay, your music is shit, period, it's like, oh,
yeah. There's like no
doesn't count.
feedback to go off of, right? So I mean, if it also depends on who it's coming from. So if like I don't know, like another producer that like you look up to is like, yeah, this isn't as good. It's I feel like it would motivate you to actually like improve on yourself rather than just be like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about by just saying my shit sucks.
Yeah, but again, like with other producers, like I'm always like really polite and professional. Though even
Mm-hmm.
so, like once a month, I'm doing like the demo submission reaction on my live Instagram. So I have like all those people like emailing me their demos or like the unreleased stuff, and I'm giving feedback like live streaming. So it's not like prepared before or anything
Right,
where I
right,
just like, well, but I never say like that this is shit or this is really good. I'm just being like really objective, saying like, okay, I like this snare, but like the melody can be more powerful in that
right,
way, really technical way, not just like, oh, I like it, I don't like it, because I mean my opinion doesn't count shit. I mean
right.
I'm nobody. So
That and if you just say like I like it or I don't like it, there's no really feedback to go off of as well too.
Yeah.
So
I
It's
mean,
like
if I just say that I don't like it and that's it, it's not a feedback. I can just say you should have changed like something, or maybe you can try that. But I'm not saying that I don't like it at all. I'm just saying like, okay, this one is okay, but try in that way. Try to experiment more. Like push yourself to your limits. You know what I mean?
yeah. It definitely, like, saying that you, like, don't like something, it means so much more if you can say why you don't like it. If you just say
Yeah,
you don't like it, it's doesn't it's
Doesn't
not
really go
like
off on.
yeah, it doesn't mean anything. It's like, if anybody could, like, shit on you for as much as they want, but if they don't give a reason for why, it's like it shouldn't really hurt you.
yeah. Like John, do you like my music?
Yeah, it's into like a lot of like hybrid stuff as well. Like, have you heard the hybrid startup channel?
robot.
Like,
John,
they're
your
kind
mic is screwing up.
I don't.
No,
It,
John, don't leave us. Fix your
Is it-
microphone,
is it
John. We
working?
need you.
Like it's working, but it's coming in and out.
That's so weird. It's like it starts like very quiet and then builds up
I wonder if
as you start talking.
it's prioritizing your earbud mics over your actual mic, because that could be.
Let me take it off. But like if I take it off, then
There you go. We can kind of hear you.
Maybe it's
All right.
backwards.
Can you guys hear me?
Right, Johnny. Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah,
Oh wait, give me 1 second. I have to change it now.
Technical difficulties with the podcast, everybody. This is
E happened.
every
Yeah.
episode has to have some kind of issue. Let's go.
My bad,
Otherwise, it
guys.
would be a podcast.
Otherwise it wouldn't be a podcast, but otherwise it wouldn't be us. If it didn't go wrong at some point during the show, yeah, it wouldn't be Beats Pizza Time podcast.
Exactly.
All right, John, try talking again.
No, I was gonna. I don't know. I don't know if I was like cutting off here, but I was gonna say that. Have you guys heard of like the hybrid trap channel?
Is it on
Yep.
YouTube?
I did a live stream on that channel.
Yeah, like they post a lot of like. That's the style I'm into as well, and they post a lot of like that kind of. I don't know. I like the style hybrid trap creates because you can kind of. It's not like fully dubstep, and it also isn't like fully trap. It's kind of like a blend, so that's what like I'm into as well. Just stuff like that.
Makes sense. But like, Johnny, are you 21 plus by any chance?
Nah.
Why? Not yet. Like, how many?
None of
years
us
ago?
are.
I'm turning 19 like this year.
Why?
Because like, I mean, you seem like a really funny guy, so we can all go like to the street club and order donuts at the street club. But again, we gotta find a way to get you in somehow.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Aren't
We
strip
find-
clubs 18 plus? I thought that.
Is it?
they?
Yeah, 18
here?
plus is strip clubs. Yeah.
I mean, in Europe is 18 plus, but I don't know in the States.
Yeah, States is
Yeah.
18 plus. Clubs like are 21 plus, but
Yeah.
most
Johnny, you're fine then. Easy.
yeah, but most shows out here, at least in LA, like a lot of them are 18 plus for like EDM shows. So we're
Yeah.
good.
Okay, sick.
Yeah, it really depends on where you go. Like here, it's LA is very 21 and 18 plus only. It's like there's it's like there's more. I'd say there's more 21 plus than 18 plus, but you're
Absolutely.
like never gonna find all ages. That's just something like it's unheard of
It's rare.
around here.
Yeah, and at 18 plus, they
Very
still sell alcohol, but it's just like they have to have like specific permits. The whole permitting stuff for like venues kind of sucks, and I understand why some venues are just like, no, we're just gonna do 21 plus because we don't want to deal with all the permitting for 18 plus.
I mean, we can pregame somewhat, you know, like it's not necessarily
Yeah.
at the
Of course.
street club. But we can do it before.
Of course.
Okay. Victor, you got a question to ask?
Yeah, I actually wanted to know what DAW do you use, because like I want to deep more into like music and how you actually make music. Do you use FL, Ableton?
I started with FL Studio and I'm still sticking to it.
Okay.
But for like mastering, sometimes I'm using Logic and Cubase because I'm working both on like PC and MacBook, so I have
Right,
both
right.
of them that I can work with. So,
Got it.
and
Like,
then stuff.
yeah, when did you start using FL? Because I'm doing stuff in FL, but I also maybe want to do the switch to Ableton, but I'm having trouble with that. Like I feel, because I initially started on Logic first, right? So I learned everything on Logic, and then switching to FL, everything was so different, right? So like, how would you?
The thing is, like, it's all about like the desktop and the interface. Like Ableton, I don't find it like mine. Yeah, I mean, like I open it like a couple of times and I don't even know where to start. So,
Right.
what the fuck is that? So, I just prefer, you know, like to stick to FL Studio. I like it, and most of like my producer friends, they only using Ableton, and I just say to them, well, means that your dick is really small. You're probably, so I mean, I'm still sticking to. I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding. As you can see, I don't take myself too seriously.
Of course.
I mean, not taking yourself seriously is a pretty good thing. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, otherwise, like, how boring is gonna be, just like questions like that, just like,
Yeah.
oh, what software are you using? Oh, FL Studio because blah blah blah. I'm just like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
a bit more dynamic.
Yeah, artists shouldn't take themselves too seriously because it's like, hey, you make in the end, you're making music. You're not like to be fair, it's like you're not you're not doing something that will like change the course of human history probably. So like,
Oh, what about
I-
Excision? He changed
Okay,
the course. No, I'm just kidding.
okay, you're changing the course of like music, but it's not like you're like running a world government. So it's like,
Well, I mean, he has a lot of headbangers out there, like he could
Excision probably could like create a government, but I'm saying
yeah.
like, just like chill out, relax. It's like every like, you do a job to entertain people, so you shouldn't be
Yeah.
like
There's a lot of people that are like super serious about it and like will not talk to other producers, which is like strange to me, or just like be dicks to like everybody else, like and just focus on their own music. It's kind of strange to me. Like I don't know, they just kind of block themselves out.
Yeah, I don't understand producers that are like just assholes, and I'm just like,
I
okay,
take it as a
cool.
compliment. Thank you.
Like, yeah.
No, I totally get it. Like some of the other producers that really, serious. Especially like I heard like some other podcasts from other people, like they just replying like to those questions, like really, I don't want to say professional way, but really static and schematic, and it's like, fuck, man.
It's like formulated, yeah, just like they already had the answer beforehand, so.
Yeah, it's just like a pre-made stuff that you just answer.
It's not like genuine too.
Exactly, John. It's not genuine. It's not genuine.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's the beauty we had got going here is that like there's no script, there's nothing. We just
There's
go.
There's
We
nothing
just
prepared.
go.
We just go.
We just go. Clearly, like we have technical difficulties during the show, and we leave it in. None of that is getting cut out, by the way, John. It's
No, Johnny, it's fine. You're with us. It's fine, Johnny.
So I wanted to ask you, because you have the whole like cowboy hat going. Are you coming out with some cowboy DJ stuff or no?
Do I look like a cowboy? I mean,
absolutely.
It's supposed to be Mexican, like the.
Oh, is it?
Like that.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Like kind of Mexican.
You're right. You're right.
I love burritos. So,
okay, in that case, are you coming out with some Latin bangers?
Victor, what are you? What are you on?
I don't know. I'm just being stupid.
It's like if you ask him to David Beckham if he wants to play baseball, he's like, what the fuck?
I'm just playing around. I'm just trying to have
to McDonald's and you ordering salad.
I'm just trying to start a conversation and just chill. I'm having fun.
Are you telling me you don't order a mixed salad? I don't know what you're okay. Anyway, like it's now I guess onto what you're doing now since that's kind of what Victor asked. But what have you been doing like during quarantine, like, like lockdown and stuff like that?
I mean, I did meditate a lot, and just because I can't have any human interaction, I decided to take a challenge to myself, which means that like 2 months without porn or even fapping, which is really, really difficult, I'm telling you. So especially, using Snapchat and all this stuff, you have all of those lovely ladies like offering themselves to you, and you're just like, fuck, I have a boner right now, but I can't, bust my meat. So you just like focus and meditate, and you just like open FL Studio again. You just keep going. You're just converting that energy into something else.
Right.
And I literally produced like one of my best tracks during this quarantine just because of that. I know it sounds funny, and it fucking is funny, but it's just how you have this kind of approach,
Stay focused throughout the quarantine.
What do you say, Johnny? I can't hear you, Johnny.
Like
Oh,
he froze.
Rest in peace, John.
He was.
There we go.
He's back.
I thought I crashed again like last time.
Oh, you're good. You're good. All right, go. Ask a question. John, finish your thought. You cut out before you finished your thought.
Oh, no, I was just gonna say like, you're pretty much just trying to like, I guess, stay focused during with the music like during quarantine. You're not letting anybody distract you, kind of like that.
No, exactly. No, exactly. Especially girls. I fucking love girls, but I mean, no. I mean, when we can go out again and be free like birds, but no, no.
Right now, just music. Focus on music.
Yeah, I mean,
That's good.
it's just really good. I mean, I'm probably like the only one that thinks that lockdown is such a blessing because we all had the opportunity just to slow down, and just like focusing more on ourselves. Like especially in a city like London, everybody's constantly running, and just to see the city like fucking quiet, it's so refreshing. It's just something that makes you breathe.
I agree. Because
So,
here, at least in LA, it's always crazy. Always something's going on, right? I mean, other than these protests, like it's been fairly quiet. And if you were just to walk around the streets, everything's shut down, like silent, and it's great. Because I'm introverted, right? So I like just like being quiet and just chill. So
Yeah, I live right next to the freeway, like right there. And it's like it's considerably quieter than what it normally is. Like it's really weird actually. Like, for like such a massive, like, 7 lanes on each side kind of highway, there's like and it's actually pretty quiet. It's kind of weird. Yeah, but I mean, the fact that London is like quiet too is it's kind of weird. Because I've been there a few times and it's always like, a bustling metropolis kind of
yeah.
thing. It's like it's always active. I can't imagine like what it must be like now.
Yeah, they call it the rat race because like even like in the tube, like in the underground, everybody's running like rats.
right.
Crazy.
Yeah, and it's really cool to see you take quarantine and like make it something positive, right? Because I feel like a lot of people are just kind of like sitting there and be like, oh, because it's quarantine, I can't really do anything. But while you, on the other hand, are just like, now I can do everything. I have so much time. Like I don't have to focus on like outside bullshit. I can just sit here and do whatever I need to do now. So I like that you're taking that approach.
I mean, those people that they just like really disappointed about lockdown, which means that they don't have like any other strong passion beside of their work. So I have some friends that they work in like the office, so like 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, and they just fell like into sadness, because they're just like, oh, I can't go like in pubs, I can't see like any football matches, like soccer.
Right.
So it's just fine. I just laugh at them and say like, guys, I mean, what the fuck? I mean, even though they watch like probably like all of the TV series that they can find on Netflix, but again, I don't have time to watch Netflix, and all of my friends that they just like on a phone call they just say like, oh, did you watch that series?
I'm the same. I'm exactly the same. I'm like, I don't even have Netflix. I don't even have Hulu. I don't have anything. So it takes too much time away. Like when you're sitting there for an hour and a half or whatever, like 45 minutes these episodes are, right? You could do so much other stuff with that, right? And for me, like I like to read books or just like focus on my work, right? So it's good to hear that someone else doesn't watch everything as well.
Oh, yeah. Waste of time.
Absolutely.
Johnny, what about you? Like, what did you do in your lockdown?
Honestly, I'm a college student, so I'm just busy stressing for like finals before. That was pretty much it. Just me studying the whole day.
What about for fun stuff?
For me, or
Yeah, for you.
honestly, like before I had summer classes, because my summer just started, I actually went on some Call of Duty too, just for like a bit, because like I knew like if I just keep studying, I ended up burning myself out.
Absolutely.
Like, I knew that's not what I wanted to do. So I just took like 2 days just to play a bit of video games with like a couple of my friends, and yeah.
Yeah, you always need that.
That's definitely a good way to do it. Just have a day like just to get like fun shit, play some games, like do whatever. Just don't do any work.
Yeah.
Related to anything. Just
because I like learning
relax.
too, but like when I was trying to like self-teach like the next math course I was taking, it was like giving me a headache because there was like so much things and like to learn, and then I just felt like I was forcing myself more into like that instead of actually like being happy to like trying to learn something. So that's when I kind of figured I'll just take a break right now, like get my headache over with and everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I definitely haven't been doing much during lockdown. I've been working pretty much on this whole podcast thing extensively. That's like pretty much what I've been using most, if not all, of my time on. Because I want it to be decent. So if anybody thinks it's garbage, my bad.
They
I'm
can fuck
trying.
themselves.
That he said it, not me. Um. All right. Okay. One of the things I wanna ask about is you recently also had to cancel your tour because of lockdown, right?
Yeah.
Uh, any like was that your was that like it was a headline tour? Wait, was it a headline tour or was it were you like supporting different artists?
I mean, in some of them, like I was supporting like other artists. Obviously, I can't tell you who, but I mean,
Yeah.
those artists are like really humble like me, but I mean, them they're really like next level. But again, I was really grateful that they gave me the opportunity to be their direct support, like I did last August for Eliminate in Madison, Wisconsin. I was the direct support for Eliminate. Um, but like for the rest of the concert, it was just like mainly head.
Hmm. Yeah. Dude.
I had to reschedule about like 25 concerts.
That's rough.
Again,
Oh.
it's everything happens for a reason, right? So in my positive mentality, I'm just like, okay, in the next tour that I'm like the same tour but like rescheduled, I can add more dates. I'm gonna have like more fresh music, so it's like a different approach to the like a different experience
Right.
to all of my tour. In every single show that I'm doing, it's just like I want to give like to the audience like a 360 experience. So I mean, you got music. I mean, from your ears, you got like visually like the effects on the screen, like my visuals going. You got the taste because I'm giving away donuts me while I'm playing. So, I mean, really gently. I'm not throwing them because otherwise it's a waste of food, and we don't want to waste food. So it's just like a different show. I mean, I'm gonna have like a few of them in California, like especially LA
We're coming out for
and San
sure.
Francisco. And guys, you're more than welcome to come. Especially you, Johnny. Especially you. I want to see you fucking back there.
Awesome, man.
John will go ham. He gets riled up at shows.
Yeah,
I've said it before and I'll
Yeah, I
say
know
it
he can.
again. You're a party animal, John.
I'm a
Yeah.
Yeah,
quiet person here, but
here is
I
kind
like
of
to go
quiet
off.
because of his studying, but I know that like if you give it a bit of
Exactly.
Just kind of
Alright.
toning things down for school and stuff.
yeah, I know,
Yeah.
bro. It's fine. It's fine. Everything is gonna be back to normal.
Hopefully, yeah. I mean, okay. Uh, all right. Well, okay. Victor, go.
Yes. I was actually wondering, what is your favorite place to perform? Like in, or just anywhere, it doesn't matter. Europe or US, like, or like maybe top 3 places
Mm.
in terms of crowd, maybe, or just like the experiences that the venue gave you, or like whatever.
I mean, in probably like one of the like haters' mom bedroom, but apart from that, kidding. I do love like festivals and stuff, so really open air, so like
Right.
really spacious. Um, Even though I don't mind really small clubs, so it's more like a family environment.
Yeah, intimate.
But again, I don't like when I'm performing and I have like people like next to me, really close to me. I need my space
Right.
because I'm jumping, I'm doing stuff, and I just it irritates me when I've somebody next to me just taking videos and just like fucking He's like, no. I'm always pushing away people. I'm just like, no, we can take a picture later, but now just enjoy the music. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I don't get how like anybody could do that. It's like you need a lot of personal space in order like to do that, and it's also like to have people so, especially like concert goers that are so close to like the decks and could easily like you
Spill the
know
drink and all that shit.
or
No,
mess something up.
I'm
Yeah, it's
scared
just
of
like
that. I'm
hit
scared
a
of that.
button and just ruin it.
Yeah, they don't actually understand that once we are on the stage, we can have lots of pressure going on, like from I don't want to say from the management, but like from the club itself. You know, like especially people like paying the tickets to come and see you. You want to give them like the best performance, you know, and if anything goes wrong, you're just like panicking, but you at the same time you gotta stay calm because if you're panicking a lot, like it's gonna create even more mess.
Right.
So yeah, you gotta stay focused, but again, it's not that easy if you got like all of these circumstances going on, like people coming up to you meanwhile you doing a transition between one song to the other, just like beat matching, and you have
Yeah.
somebody just like knocking on your shoulder or whatever. So
Mm. Right. And then going from that, have you had any crazy fan interactions? Like, I don't know, someone just like being super awkward or just like rushing at you, just, I don't know, anything.
Would you really
oh
call
yeah,
someone being
I mean,
super
I'll show
awkward?
you. One of my fans, she sent me like a text on Instagram saying like, okay, I do actually like your music and stuff, but I want to send you like a written letter. I was like, oh, that's so lovely. And I gave her like the address of the concierge because I'm actually living in a hotel right now. And okay, I'm gonna show you that. She sent me um, like a photocopy of her like with a paint. So is that, and also with like
Wow.
pens. So and also like with a thing, and also like with the underpants. I mean, I did clean the underpants, but no, she sent
I'm
everything in a
I'm gonna have to
mailbox.
I'm gonna have to cut that out. I don't think I could show that on,
No,
Patreon.
I don't
That's
think
fucking hilarious.
I'll put it on I'll put it on Patreon, but I don't think I can show that on YouTube.
no,
That's actually
you
hilarious.
can't see anything. You just like
I
If
mean,
anything, we'll just cut the
uh,
photo for a minute. That's actually so funny. Has there any been in person things either as well?
oh yeah. Well, in person, I mean, it kind of depends. Like, yeah, people screaming and I don't get it. Like, if they see me, they're just like, ah! I'm like, I start screaming.
Why are you
too,
screaming
like,
at me?
"Ah!" So I'm just like, what the fuck? So, but I'll take it like in a really funny way. I'm not just like scared or anything. So even though like when they pointing at me, I'm just pointing at them like, oh, you know.
Yeah,
But it's
yeah,
like a really funny interaction, and not just like me acting like a superstar, like, oh, don't talk to me, like,
yeah.
don't come close. So,
That's
but
Spider-Man,
again,
man.
there were like some situations where they just are crossing my privacy. So I had a couple of like my fans, but I don't like to call them fans. I prefer to call them like supporters.
Right.
They try like to take my mask off, and I'm just like,
Man.
no.
Damn.
And especially in the States, if I punch them back, because my instinct was just like fucking like that, but if I'm in the States, I'm gonna get arrested, and I'm European.
Right.
So it's not that convenient. I'm just like, don't put me in that situation. So,
Yep.
yeah, it's like I mean, there's some people that are just a little bit too over the top, like for their own good. And it's like, yeah, I feel like I'd rather deal with somebody that's just like really awkward and really cool, like doesn't know what to say over somebody who's just like, way too, like, I guess way too touchy, way too hands on.
I mean, I like the human touch, but um, there was somebody that just throw a meme about me like about 6 months ago. That like the pictures that I'm taking with the fans, I don't touch them, so I'm just like hugging like that, but I
Yeah.
don't. I don't know why, but I'm just like I don't want to, because I'm always like sweaty after my performance, so I don't want to leave my
Yeah, of
sweat on
course.
other people. So I'm just like, okay, like Jesus Christ. I'm just like, no, okay. Like,
Yeah. All right. John, you got it? You got anything?
feel free to ask me
Um,
anything, John. It's fine. Don't be shy. Just ask me.
I don't.
All right, Victor.
Yeah, I'm not good with conversations.
You good,
Why?
bro? It's okay, John.
Dude, you and me both, man.
Okay. Hmm.
Wow.
Like I want to. No, I did. Like
Are we all stumped right now? Do we all have nothing? Man,
wanted
this
to,
is
like,
the first time. Like
yeah.
I usually use Victor as like my lifesaver, but
No, the problem is that I have questions to ask, but I don't know if I can ask them. You know, it's
Oh.
like.
I mean, can I ask you questions then?
Sure, of course.
You
Go
don't have
for it.
like, okay, nice one. So, are you all in Los Angeles, right?
Yep.
All of you.
Roughly, basically.
Mm,
If you guys have to move somewhere worldwide, where would you like to go?
New York or Stockholm?
Okay.
Stockholm because of like the blonde girls, or just because of like the drama?
No, that's where I'm from originally. So
Okay.
it's like yeah, it's like it's the most home away from home feeling. So that's like yeah, it's a good place for me to be.
Okay.
Nah,
From.
I didn't mean like to make fun of you, but like I
No,
mean
no,
your
no, no, no,
country,
no, no,
yeah,
no.
like
I
probably
no,
the
I
best girls that
completely
we can
embrace that
find.
stereotype. I completely embrace that stereotype. That's like one of the best things we have to offer.
It's a good stereotype. Yeah, for me at least, I'm thinking in a way of just like trying to find different experiences. So maybe like London or just like Japan. Maybe there's this tiny island off of Italy. It's called Malta. Maybe there, you know, just like something different. Because I've been in LA for like the past 10 years, and it's been kind of like boring, and I haven't really been outside of the U.S. either. So I think it'd be a lot of fun just to like go to Europe and Asia. So.
I mean, you're gonna love Europe
Country.
because like everything is so close.
Hmm.
So, for example, like from Switzerland to Germany is only like 4 hours by car.
Damn.
It's really close.
Right.
And from like London to Amsterdam is like less than 1 hour by
Wow.
flight. So I went to Amsterdam for the first time last October for the Amsterdam Dance event, and I didn't have like enough time like to open like my snack, and I was already landed. I was like, what?
That's
I was about
actually.
like to eat my snack, and we already landed.
Yeah, because I mean, like, all of my family is from Europe, and it's like I'm the first generation American, so it's really weird that I still haven't even been to Europe. So, gotta figure stuff out. Hopefully, going after quarantine. The plan was to go this summer, but rest in peace.
All right.
What about
Now-
you, John? Where would you like to go, John?
Oh yeah, John.
Honestly, I like staying in California, but if I had like a place to go, I might want to like visit Germany maybe, because I know like a lot of shows in Germany like they go crazy.
Oh yeah.
John is concerned about the show, like about the nightlife. He's
Like
not
the
concerned
scene.
about anything else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're probably like the best sex museums apart from Amsterdam in Germany. So I mean, John.
Of course.
This is gonna be like probably our most like 18 plus episode.
Absolutely.
There's always a first time, right?
Right.
Yeah. All right. Well. Okay. One question I do have is like, what do you have planned like for what are your like future, I guess, aspirations? Like what labels do you want to? Are there any like labels that you want to be a part of? Artists you want to work with? Places you want to perform? Festivals you want to be at? Like
Um, I have a few, but again, I just feel that it's not the right moment for me. I just prefer like to take my career step by step and keep improving rather than just say, okay, I want to perform at Tomorrowland. I want to be at Ultra Music. I just prefer like to go step by step, get known by myself rather than just submitting
yeah,
stuff to record labels. I mean, I'm still under like few labels, but um, mostly my stuff is like really independent, and I want to keep it as it is, because in my opinion, you don't need a record label like to grow up. I mean,
Absolutely.
they help you with like promotion, distribution, and that stuff. But again, if your music is really good, I mean, you're gonna find a way to promote yourself rather than just being like in playlists or
That's really
that type of
true.
stuff.
Yeah.
My aspirations, like I would love like to open my own festival and my own record label just for upcoming artists. I'd want to sign any big artist, just like the upcoming ones, and just do like a different sections. So like for from house music to death metal. Why not? Just having like, but no reggaeton, no reggaeton. I'm sorry, guys.
Aw,
No reggaeton.
rest in
Like,
peace.
sorry, Johnny, to disappoint, but like no reggaeton.
I feel like Earl the Kid really has a beef against reggaeton.
Yeah, I can openly beef to reggaeton. I don't give a fuck.
Is there like a
But people
reason?
like, oh, reggaeton like is probably the best genre. I'm just like, I mean, yeah, it's the best genre if I'm gonna be deaf. Yeah.
Oh Jesus. Okay.
Is there any like reasoning why you hate it so much? Did Sean Paul decline the collab?
Well, I did try like to listen to every single music genre and try to appreciate even though small details, but like reggaeton just hurts me from inside. It's like a cat that is hanging out from your ball sack. It's something that I can't explain like word-wise. There's always
Okay.
the same rhythm, and it's like this 80 BPM. Just no.
hmm
No.
There's like not that much you could do with it, I guess.
Exactly. And people still somehow dancing on it, and I don't know, but
I feel like
prefer,
because
like to be different like that rather than just be like a normal person and just
right. I would say
Yeah.
like people probably know how to dance on it because it doesn't change that much, But they probably, of course, it gets boring, So there's only so many melodies you can throw on it, but
Yeah.
only so many Sean Paul songs you can listen to.
I mean, Sean Paul, he was like a really good innovator for the genre. But
Yeah.
after him, everybody was just copying him,
Yeah.
and that's it, like dead. But again, who am I to judge other people's genres?
Of course.
Like, I'm nobody. But again, like in my non-serious way, I can just say what the fuck I want. So
Yeah.
even though somebody just say like, "Oh, I don't like you anymore because you don't like reggaeton," I'm just like,
Okay.
"Oh, okay, fine, even better,"
Rest in peace.
All right. Well, with that said, I think we're reaching about the end of the episode time here. So, I guess Earl, is there anything that you wanna say before like we close out? Like any final
Yeah, I
words?
mean, I'm really grateful, and I want to thank all of you guys for the opportunity. Like, I mean, it was really fun to talk to all of you. Like, I mean,
It's an experience.
especially to Johnny. But it was just like a different podcast, and I did enjoy that. And I hope you guys too. Well, I'm sure you do.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
100%.
Oh yeah, fuck
It's
yeah.
a lot of fun.
All right. Now here's the part where you get to basically plug everything that you have. Shout out all your socials, all your music stuff.
I don't want to do that. Like, it's just easy. It's fine. I don't care.
You
As
know what?
long as I'm having like a good conversation with you guys, that's all that matters for me.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, that was the first time anyone's done that. I guess like anything I guess Earl's stuff will be in the description if you're looking for it.
John,
And
do you have like any promo code to put in the description so people can buy stuff with a discount code?
And
You
I got
can create
nothing.
John 15, I can create one for you for my merchandise. You go on my website and instead of putting like Earl the Kid 10, you just put like John.
Just like a random code up there.
Yeah, but I mean, I would use it.
People are gonna see like the new code for Earl the Kid's merch as John
John.
John 10,
Just
and
John.
then they're gonna be like
What?
why what does this have to do with anything?
Right?
I
They're
can
probably
just
gonna
say,
think
like,
that's your name.
why not?
Why not?
Because
Yep.
they're gonna ask me why. I'm just gonna, why not?
Exactly.
All right. Well, that's been this episode of the Pizza Time podcast. Everything for Earl the Kid will be down in the description. Same thing for the rest of the podcast as well as our individual socials. But thank you, Earl, so much for coming on. Like we really appreciate you coming here.
Take care and stay safe. Okay.
All right. Yeah. Later, everybody.